happens. Like, there's a GM, there's ownership. Like, when you're talking about moving on from a number 2 overall pick, that is not something that the head coach does on his own. So he could firmly believe this, and it could still be completely untrue. So, no, I'm not buying it even a little bit.
Joy, where you at?
Not worth the paper it's printed on is such a writer quote.
Yeah, you're right. That's fair.
Look, sometimes we have to be lied to, you know? You don't tell your kids the truth all the time. The government doesn't tell us the truth all the time as to avoid chaos and anarchy, despite what you read on Reddit. It's just, you know, sometimes you just got to tell an inconvenience quote, you know?
Yeah, you just got to tell people what they want to hear.
Yeah, this is what we got to say.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson is ranked last in completion percentage, 26th in passing yards per game. He is tied for 31st in passing touchdowns and last in passer rating. So unless they are bringing in a miracle worker, which, listen, they happen every day, I don't think this is the future of the New York Jets. And I don't think Robert Saleh thinks it is, and I don't think the Jets think it is either. That's a great quote about Josh Rosen, because Josh Rosen was also very bad. Very bad.
And
it was a very high
immediately
pick
got replaced by a better quarterback.
I don't think you need to say anything negative about Zach Wilson, because it doesn't matter. Are you going to trade him? You can work with him this offseason. If he does somehow emerge a starting quarterback, then great. But the Jets are going to be looking for another option at the quarterback position, and it would be gross negligence for them not to. So I think Robert Saleh is a stand-up guy. I do think Zach has a lot of talent, but he's, as of right now, one of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
Then whose fault is that?
I don't know.
That's
at
this point, who cares? Like, who cares?
The chicken or the egg? He can't play football.
Well, it matters. The reason it matters is because if Zach Wilson has a ton of talent and he can't play football, then what happened to the talent? Well, I mean, to me, that goes back down. Now I'm looking at the coach, because I thought Jared Goff had a lot of talent. But ask Jeff Fisher, yeah, you wouldn't say so. Ask Sean McVay, he had enough talent to get him in the Super Bowl. Ask Dan Campbell, he has enough talent to get the Detroit Lions potentially into the playoffs with the win and the Seahawks loss. So that's why, to me, that's the most important thing is, does Zach Wilson have talent or does he not have talent? But, Shady, I don't want to get too far off track. I'll get back there in a second. Are you buying the comments?
I'm buying it. Coach Saleh is a stand-up guy, honorable. Everybody that played for him, they love him. They're high praise about him. I actually had the chance to actually meet him and talk to him at their camp, the Jets camp, and he seemed like he was stand-up. All the players talked great about him. So, yeah, I do buy it. But then again, like, what do you really say?
You know, it's funny you're saying that, because now that you're saying it, I'm rereading the quote. He didn't really say anything. He didn't really say he's the future of the organization. He didn't really say we're sticking with him next year. He didn't really say he can be a quarterback. They just said we're going to figure out how to get him where we know he can be. Well, if you know he really can't play, then you're just going to get him to there.
Can we hear the sound again? Because he said something that I heard that I want to highlight. So if we can get the sound again, let's listen.
Zach has got all the talent in the world, and we have all the confidence in the world in him. It's just, like I said from this reset, we're gonna grind with him. We are, and through hell or high water, we're gonna figure out how to get him to where we know he can be.
I love this show. I love this show. Shady, you said something 30 minutes ago about quarterbacks. You remember the word you used in regards to quarterbacks?
Nope.
Started with an F and ended with a fragile. You said the quarterbacks are very fragile. What did Zach Wilson say that I hated in regards to this statement?
Was it his fault or something?
He said we're going to grind with him.
Grind.
You know what you don't do to something fragile? You don't grind with it. Hell and high water. I think Robert Saleh has mishandled this whole thing because of that word Shady said 30 minutes ago, fragile. Robert Saleh is a defensive-minded coach. I met Robert Saleh when I was trying out for one of the teams he was a coach on. I played linebacker. Why did I meet Robert Saleh? Because I believe he was a linebacker coach at the time. You grind with linebackers. You go through hell and high water with linebackers. Linebackers need a hard reset. Linebackers need to get emotionally tougher. You know who doesn't need to be grinded with? A second-year quarterback. You know who doesn't need to be pulled and pushed back into the game and then pulled again? A second-year quarterback. You know who doesn't need to go through hell and high water? A second-year quarterback. That's why, Joy, I was fascinated by the question of talent and you saying he does have talent. I think he does. I can't say it as confidently as you, but I don't like how Robert Saleh, this defensive-minded head coach, has handled his quarterback, because unfortunately quarterbacks are fragile. They wear red jerseys at practice. They don't get hit. Quarterbacks get the first seat in the team meeting room. Quarterbacks oftentimes get unique food. They get private spots at the games along with other star players. So I don't like how Robert Saleh has handled them. Why you give me that look, Dave?
I hate like everything you just said.
Why?
I mean, there's some truth to what you're saying. I mean, quarterbacks get preferential treatment. They get the endorsements. We get that. But like, you don't think the best quarterbacks grind and are like part of the fabric of their team? Like Jalen Hurts, dude can squat 600
Absolutely.
damn pounds.
Absolutely.
You don't think again, like I can speak to it personally, purely on the Cowboys. Like the whole organization follows Dak's lead. He's grinding
That's
just
not
as
what
much
I'm saying.
as anybody.
What I'm saying is, I don't think non-offensive head coaches are as delicate with their quarterbacks.
I don't want you to be delicate with my quarterback.
Here's why you should. Think about the quarterbacks. Think about Justin Fields' head coach. Well, he offensive, defensive mind. You know Matty Berflus.
He's defensive.
He's a defensive mind.
Linebacker coach.
Justin Fields played all season just grabbing this, grabbing that, grabbing this, grabbing everything in between. Think about Lamar Jackson's head coach. Well, he's the offensive mind. Special teams coach. Yeah, he absolutely is. Think about Josh Allen, elbow injury and all that. What's his coach? Sean McDermott. He defensive mind. Daniel Jones, he has the third most carries, but you know they didn't even pick up his fifth-year option, so they just about to expend him. Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, I will love to watch how they will continue to use him going forward, but I just don't know that non-offensive coaches are as delicate. It's not a football word, but you know them quarterbacks be treated very delicately by offensive minds to their preservatives.
But the way he used that in that context was more just like grinding with him, like ups and downs, rocking with him, making sure he's the lows are gonna be with you, the highs are gonna be with you, like the whole way, gauging his whole career. It wasn't like the physical grind. I didn't hear that part of it.
I agree. Go ahead.
And one thing is like they gave Zach Wilson some chances. They really have. So he played bad, right? Then they finally benched him for Mike White. Okay, look, things didn't work out. You're back up again. He started again.
He did.
And gave you the same result. So they're trying. And for him to go out there and say, listen, we're going to grind with this kid, right? Through hot water. What do you say? Hot water.
Hell and high water.
Hot water, hot grease. What do you say?
Hot water.
So it's like no matter how bad you play, we still got love for you, and we're still going to help you through this process. The thing is, he's going to have to leave New York, right? And go to, and which one thing you did say, I believe, is that go to like a team that's big on the offense, right? Like Sirianni, like Andy Reid. Give me some other offensive minds. Who else you got? McVay, yeah, like all them guys. Shanahan, yeah, exactly. So when you go to them teams, like they can find the better inner side of you, like the real talent. Because we can't find it in New York. Well, some of the other coaches, they probably can find that talent and get them going. So he needs new location.
New location. Well, speaking of Andy Reid, who you just mentioned, Patrick Mahomes has found the location for the rest of his life in Kansas City. Another MVP season. But what in the world has he proven this year? Yesterday, he switched it up. Talking a little NBA. Y'all want to hear this. Roger, speak up.
We were talking the other day in the locker room. They love talking basketball in here. Always debating like LeBron and Jordan, Kobe, different things. And the conversation was like, who do you want to start a franchise with if you're starting a franchise? And nobody could, beat me in a debate that it'd be Giannis all day.
Of course nobody could beat you, A-Rod. 2-5, if you were starting an NBA franchise, Big Dog, who you leading with?
And today, right?
Today.
Steph Curry. Why not Steph Curry? Listen, he's changed the game. His ability to shoot the ball so far and so efficiently, it creates so much space, right, on a basketball court. So all them backdoor cuts and all that is so wide open because he can shoot. You get the high pick and rolls to get that thing going on, and then you need a coachable player. We all can say he's coachable, right? He can play under any coach, right? Everybody loves him. He's a real MVP and he's a real leader. You need that. And nowadays, it's a guard-dominant league.
I love Steph Curry, but you're going to start a franchise with a guy that was drafted in like 2008? That's like a long time ago.
What kind of franchise is it?
He's talking about today.
But if you're starting a franchise, the implication is that you're going, 10,
so
15 years.
No. I thought it was. See, he's trying to come on.
No, that's what he said.
Nah, man, you talking about
words matter.
Who you starting with then, Dave?
I think Roger's answer is the right one. Like, Giannis is still young. He can do so many things. He's dominant in so many ways. But I'll throw some love at Luka Doncic just because he's not even 24 years old yet. That's my thing. If you have Luka,
going like that, okay.
He's going to be playing for 15, 16 more years. I'm going to be in the playoffs for 2 decades. Yeah, I'm good with Luka.
There's just too many variables here for this. I have too many questions.
Okay.
I always ruin the game.
Such as?
Well, maybe I would be A-Rod in the debate then.
Well, what are your
Okay,
questions?
is this an expansion? Who's owning? Who's the coach?
Let's make it an expansion.
Okay.
Let's make Steve Kerr the coach.
Okay.
Oh, then Steph Curry. Steph Curry is currently involved
all the same age,
in a
Dave.
dynasty.
But they're not. That matters.
He is the leader of the current dynasty in the NBA.
I mean, if age doesn't matter, give me
Like, this
KD.
guy, like, come
give me
on, like-
give me Kevin Durant. But Kevin Durant, again, he's been playing for a long time.
He's a great.
Hey, Dave, you're doing too much. You're doing too much.
You guys have never done this before, clearly. Clearly.
Getting back to the NFL, life is great right now for star quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He leads the league in touchdown passes, passing yards, and the Chiefs have the 1 seed in the AFC, currently the favorite to win his second MVP award, according to